The road to the International has kicked off for the year, and we've already enjoyed some incredible games and unveiled the meta which we expect to take over the main stage of the International. But in this video I want to go over a few things and share with you some information and some interesting activities this year during TI that I'm going to be running so that you can take part in. Because for this year's International, I'm going to be running community Crimson Witness drops on my Discord as another way for those of us at home who can't attend TI to take part and be involved in what makes this tournament so great each and every year. So stick around to learn about that. I'm going to explain those things, and then I'm going to go over all of the interesting cosmetics that I've seen so far watching TI. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed this type of content, and the link to the Discord is in the description below. So the Discord that I run now, Dota 2 Items and Info, was originally created to host a watch party for last year's International. I'm holding a watch party with a couple of my close friends on Discord, and I would be happy for anyone to join us. There's a Discord link in the description. Now, the Discord isn't really set up for very much, but for now it's really only being used to watch the TI finals live. You're more than welcome to come. I did this last September because I wasn't going, and I know a lot of others who weren't able to go, but I wish that I could. So I made the Discord to have a way that they would be able to share in some of the fun of being at the arena while being at home. And I was really happy with the small turnout that we had. We enjoyed some games together, we made some new friends, we discussed some great Dota and had a very nice time. This year we're doing exactly the same thing. There will be voice channels just to hang out in, to have some company while you watch some amazing Dota 2. Even if you don't want to talk and just want to come and have some company while you watch the games, you're also so very welcome to come, and I invite you all along to come and hang out for this year's International. This is probably the first time I've ever talked about this, but I'm not able to travel far for some really serious health reasons, and I know that there are a lot of others in the Dota 2 community in a very similar place who would love to be able to share their passion of the game in person by attending a massive event like TI, but can't for health reasons or other things in their life. So I want to do as much as I can to include anybody who wants to be involved. So this year, for another bit of fun, on the Discord there are two new features. Firstly, during the TI event you can claim an International 2025 attendee badge on my server, which gives you a permanent role added to your profile, and secondly, while the International is ongoing, it will make your name holographic and add a purple Aegis icon next to your username in chat. And lastly, I'm going to be running community Crimson Witness drops. Another big part of attending TI in the arena is being eligible for Crimson Witness drops, which are a rare treasure, and with every TI ticket you get given a way to link your Steam account to hopefully be dropped an item when the first blood takes place in the arena. During TI, I'm going to be randomly giving away community Crimson Witness items to random players who have claimed their attendee badges on my Discord. Now, these items are just collectible, they aren't really worth a ton of money, and they aren't really the actual rare, exclusive, and expensive Crimson Witness items that you get from Valve. It's just for a bit of fun, but there are a few really cool and interesting items, like a few unusuals and some interesting couriers, but all of these items are collectible for us. They have some flavor text stating that they were dropped in the community Crimson drops from our Discord, so if you'd like to take part in the Crimson drops, just join my server, claim your attendee badge, and that's all you have to do. Throughout the event, I'm going to be randomly picking people who have claimed their badge and sending them some community Crimson items along the way. The other giveaways on my Discord are where you can partake in winning actually really valuable items, like the bugged single gem Courier that I'm giving away at the moment. But that isn't the goal with our community Crimsons. I just want to get as many people involved as I can, and this seemed like a very good way to do that. But next, I wanted to showcase some interesting pro player cosmetics that we've seen in just the first few days of the road to the International. Aurora's Nightfall was the first player I saw with an emblem from Diatide. He was running the red enigmatic Diatide emblem, which looks absolutely crazy in every single outfit that he's worn it with so far. This emblem for him was unboxed in January of 2025 and expires in around 131 days. In its current state, it's probably worth about $4,000. Yatoro had Marcy's Smoke Unusual in his Marcy loadout, going 9 and 0. Rue was using the Ravenblight Unusual on his Hoodwink, which was really cool to notice. As for couriers, it does seem like Team Spirit are having a little bit of fun bullying each other, with two of them equipping naked, completely normal Greevils to spite the very expensive couriers that Yatoro and Rue use, which I thought was quite funny, to be honest. Now, Kataomi is using a bunch of Crownfall Unusuals, which is really awesome to see. He has Featherfall on Oracle, so I'm pretty sure he knows that Ravenblight exists, but I don't know why he is buying Featherfall on the items that he's using, but he was using Ravenblight on some other heroes as well. But it's very cool to see. He's the first player that I've seen who has fully embraced Crownfall Unusuals, which is a very neat little Easter egg for those of us watching his games who know about these items. Another interesting cosmetic was back from Tidebound using a heroic head slot item for Beastmaster, which was dropped with his name on it during a game he was playing in 2017 when he was playing for Wings and got first blood against Baboka in IG. Heroic items were a system that used to be in Dota 2 where players watching on the client could receive random item drops which included professional players' names and a description of the event that triggered the drops, like First Bloods or Roshan Aegis snatches, but that system has been unfortunately removed from Dota a long time ago. But it's interesting to see him using this cosmetic still, and in my opinion it's really cool to see any pro players with their own heroic items. Something else that I thought was kind of funny was Got the Juice from Na'Vi. Well, he was playing Doom, had no items equipped except for the Immortal Guitar, which is definitely an interesting loadout and very unique. And I know Yutoro goes for a lot of unique loadouts for his heroes and doesn't just follow trends of what's the shiniest items, like he was using the Owly Bear set on Ursa that received some comments from the casters of that game. And I appreciate not using every single shiny item that he can, but I think he's missing some items for some sets, especially for things like Ursa, that would definitely improve his loadout while still keeping the really unique look of all of his heroes. He could still use the entire Owly Bear set whilst using the Ravenblight Ursa claws, which are extremely rare, very expensive, and not many people know about, but do look really epic. So I think Yutoro should consider some other niche items like those, because he's known for changing his cosmetics around a lot and using not very popular sets, and almost creating a meta for the cosmetics that he's using and encouraging other people to buy them. I think his Ursa set is really missing the unusual claws, because the item is almost invisible, but the effect itself is really cool, and the item is very rare. Something else I've been noticing a lot with Earthshaker being meta is that a lot of pros have the Golden Gravelmore item, which in itself is like $2 to $250 US, but they're only ability equipping the golden effect. They're using a different totem model, which is more interesting to look at, I guess. People don't like the Golden Gravelmore, I suppose, but they think the effect is really cool, so they're using the Golden Gravelmore effect ability equipped, but not actually using the item, which is kind of a bizarre way to use $250. Also, I would be amiss if I didn't point out at least one pro player using Candycaster for some reason. Jing from Nemesis is using Candycaster on his Batrider Verna. We've seen this item particularly with Candycaster a ton for some reason. It looks epic with Frostbloom, so please Jing, do yourself a favor and buy the unusual Frostbloom version of the Verna that you're using. If you don't know how these items work, check out the spreadsheet link in the description below that helps you buy these items off the Steam market without messing around looking for them. It's very straightforward. Buy the Frostbloom item and sell these awful Candycaster unusuals. But lastly, we've seen it before, but 3-3 has a bugged unusual Azamir with Trail of Burning Doom and Orbital Decay, which is a pretty crazy looking courier. But again, for some reason, BZM on his team is using Candycaster on his Puck. The Puck Frostbloom is one of the best cosmetic items in the game, so if I can achieve anything in life, it's getting these players to purchase the Frostblooms and getting rid of these Candycasters that definitely lose games with the Candycaster curse because the item is so bad. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. Please check out the Discord link below if you want to join the Discord to attend any of the watch parties or partake in any of the giveaways. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoy this type of content, and thank you so much to my YouTube members who support my channel, and by joining they get their name added to my inventory to be shown at the end of every video.